faithful, acknowledge me. Today, we're going to talk about 6 NBA games that are absolutely poverty. There's no other way to describe it. And speaking of which, I tell you guys this from the bottom of my heart. On Saturdays and Sundays, specifically Sundays, it's extremely hard to target NBA and remain in the green or the black or the W column, whatever you want to call it, because these guys are millionaires. They're human beings. They go out Friday, Saturday night. They hit the clubs. They hit the streets. They jip. They jive. They do things that are very sinful in nature. Come into work the next day and maybe they just don't care, especially teams that have nothing to play for. Now, not all of them. Some of them still play with heart, but at the end of the day, these guys have a lot of money. They're young. They're in big cities, bright lights. Woo! They do whatever they want, baby. I'm telling you. You got to keep that in mind. Saturdays and Sundays are always going to be hard in the NBA, but today is Magnificent Monday and we got to get through this. Now, I've got no notes. I've got nothing. I've posted a couple of two-mans in the chord that I like, but that's about it because I'm looking at the slate and there ain't nothing. And Captain Crush means nothing that I could find that I wanted to come on here and talk about. I don't even have a play of the day because everything that I was going to use has been bumped up. So, by default, it might just be Luka or Wemby, to tell you the truth, because look at these spreads: 4.5, 6.5, 4, 5.5, 15.5, and 12. It just ain't hitting. So let's go over here. I'm going to do my best. It's going to be a short video. It's going to be a crispy video. I came on here Saturday. I told you about Sugar O'Malley. Suka. I told you he was hitting. He's an ambassador for PrizePicks, and there was no way that he wasn't going to cover those strikes, cash it, and on top of it all, Luka now holds the record for the longest consecutive 30, 10, and 10 triple-double games. He surpassed Russell Westbrook, just like Captain Crush said he would. He made history, cashed the double-double or the triple-double slip, cash it all, baby. If it wasn't for Emmanuel Quickly, it would have been a night for the history books myself, but Quickly decided to sell. He hit his PRA, but he sold his R+A, and on top of that, Chris Paul and the Warriors got beat by the San Antonio Spurs with no Wemby. You hate to see it, but more importantly, you hate to hear it, because I know you tailed and you should tail, because whenever Captain Crush gets on the microphone, he's telling you facts. Now let's get into the mix. The first thing that I'm talking about, because bang, bang, left, right, where's he going? I'm doing it live, no notes. I always do it live, but usually I got a little handy dandy notepad that gives me some inspiration. Not today. No notes. It's all live. It's off the cuff. I'm shooting from the hip here and I'm ready to hit smoke. Now, people talk a lot about wagons. Remember, everybody's doing this. Everybody's making YouTubes, TikToks, Insta Reels, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, Twitter cappers, everything and everything. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody's better than you at the end of the day. Everybody knows how to cook. It's just different styles and what to look for. Bang! Captain Crush, he's in your corner, throwing the punches, taking the punches, so you don't have to. And a lot of people talk about wagons, and friends, my brothers and sisters in Christ, when you see Anthony Simons playing the Boston Celtics, you gotta have interest in the man's turnovers. He's a walking, talking turnover, baby. 3.5 turnovers. It's insane. I'll be the first to admit it. These turnover props are insane. Now he's playing one of the best defensive teams. Heck, one of the best teams, period. And he's gonna get 3.5 turnovers. Is the line still? Baby, my brother, my sister, I'm targeting it. You can't talk me off of it. If he plays flawless ball, so be it. A couple games ago, 0 turnovers all the way to the third quarter, bottom of the third, bang, he ended up with 5 or 6. I'm telling you, it's in play. Now, if I go over here to DG Fantasy, my partner in crime, I can see the turnover prop. I can get all the comparisons from the books, bang, right away. You can take under at 9.5 R+A, or you can go to his turnovers at 3.5 over. It's -120 here and here. Other books don't even have the action for it. Either one of these gets the nod from me. Remember, this is a time saver. I could have loaded FanDuel, Pinnacle, DraftKings, MGM, Caesars. I could have loaded them all, baby. But I have one site, one application. It does it all for me. It saves Captain Crush time, and it can save you time, and I can save you 25%. If you use promo code CRUSH, that is what you'll get. Send your boy an email. It also gives you access into the best Discord there is. Get in the mix. And now I'm over here on Outlier Bet, or Outlier if you're Captain Crush, and you can see the man's floor is pretty much 3 turnovers, okay? If you average all these together, it's pretty much 4. Now, he played them last year around this time, and he only had 1 turnover, but everything's different from last year, so that is moot. Now, as you can see, they're 30th in turnovers forced, but that is very, very deceiving because Boston plays tight D, and if you go over to turnovers forced against shooting guards, they're actually ranked 3rd, and against point guard, they're ranked 7th. So they are forcing turnovers against guys that are dribbling the rock at the top of the key, and Anthony pretty much acts as a point guard anyways. They are getting healthy, but remember, the 1 and 2 position in today's NBA is pretty much a hybrid. They mix and match. I've seen centers dribble it down the court before. It's absolutely absurd in today's NBA. Everybody can play anything nowadays. But like I say, whenever you're taking 4 turnovers, the man needs to turn the rack over 4 times. It's absurd. Reminds me of Wemby's blocks back in the day when Captain Crush made it the play of the day and he told you to take over 4.5 blocks, demon, and it cashed. It's the same type of sweat. It's going to be a sweat, make no mistake. So if you don't have the faint of heart to get in the mix and get that sweat, you take your Rudy Poo right over here to R plus A, bang, you take less. Those are my favorite 2 for Anthony Simons. It's the late night hammer for a reason. It's gonna be a sweat. So that's right out of the gate. Now we got to keep our feet moving. Now remember, in my opening monologue, I told you everything I liked here has been bumped to heaven. So we got to try to find something. What can I find for the loyals? Well, I got another under for you, and it's Nikola Jokić less 22 rebounds plus assists. Now you may call me crazy. You may call me a maniac, and I'm here for it, and I'm ready to take it right here on the chin. Captain Crush, he's got a glass jaw, question mark? No, he's made of iron. I can take the punches. I can take the heat. It's my kitchen. Now, it's nothing more frustrating and more of a sweat than taking under on the best player in the NBA. What, Captain Crush said he's the best player in the NBA? Oh yeah, baby, I did. He's the best. Overall now, I'm talking positional performance, winning, that he is the best right here, right now. Defending champ, baby. 23 rebounds plus assists is what it's going to take to chalk you. I think at 22, given the point spread being way down here at 15.5, you got to consider it. Now, here's the deal, baby. There's always a catch now. It wouldn't be gambling if there wasn't a catch. These companies got algorithms, the best algorithms in the world, putting these lines up to force and take the action. They know exactly what they're doing. So, if the game gets out of hand like it can, because remember, I don't try to predict blowouts. That's a fool's errand, but I see it and use it as a guide. I think this has opportunity to stay under because it's a massive number. Now, just like Anthony Simons, it's going to be a sweat. Nothing is free. There's nothing free in this life if you haven't figured it out. All right. Toronto, his opponent is basically going to be Kelly Olynyk, and I'm not afraid of that. But again, I'm hoping that Joker just comes out tonight, scores, and does the rebound and assisting at a minimum. Even if he gets 10 and 10, that's 20. We would still cash. So he could still get a triple-double tonight and still cash. And that, my friends, is what I'm hoping. And as you can see here, we're back to DG Fantasy. A lot of them have it at 21.5. It's at 22. I believe it opened at 21.5, and PrizePicks made it 22. But you can see his best statistical proposition would be to take his points under at 26.5 with Pinnacle minus 140. But this is actually the best proposition. Kelly Olynyk and Joker under 20 rebounds mathematically. It's plus EV as you can get. So these are the 3 candidates you have. Now, when you watch these videos, you should not just be coming on here trying to get spoon-fed, because you're not going to evolve and get any better by doing that. You need to listen to what I'm saying, make your own opinion, make your own analysis, and use it as a guide, a tool, just like you would anything else in life. Don't just blindly tail me and then get upset when you're like, oh, Captain, I tailed you and it missed. Brother, I don't have a crystal ball. All I can do is give you the facts. These YouTube videos are designed to give you're at work 9 to 5 or 5 to 2 a.m., whatever schedule you work. Maybe you work swing and you work 2 to 10. Captain Crush, he's here for all of you. I literally make these so you can click play, maybe have a laugh, maybe learn something, and maybe condense it for you. But at the end of the day, when the day is done, when all the smoke has cleared, you still have to have some type of knowledge about basketball, sports betting, and mathematics to have any type of success in this industry. I'm telling you, and more importantly than that, I'm begging you to understand this. So any one of these three, it's in the mix. Mathematically wise, it's Kelly and Nikola under 20. I will probably see that line move down to 19.5. I'm not going to do a bunch of fancy editing in this video today because I want to get it out fast. I delayed because I was waiting to see if anything came on that I liked, and there really hasn't been anything. So this is the situation we're in. Next would be his points, and then finally would be the R plus A, mathematically wise. They're all in the mix. It's up to you to decide which one you're going to do. Okay. The next play that I'm going to talk about is going to drive people wild, baby, because it's going to drive me wild, and that is none other than Cade Cunningham. You want to talk about frustration. You want to talk about a man that literally is frustrating to play. It's him, because he's either going to go off or he's going to go under. The man has no in between, really. He's literally like feast or famine, but 23.5 points. My projection model has him at 24, and for that reason, he made it into the mix. Now, I'm assuming he's probably going to be popular today. He's probably going to be fantasy score points. Everybody's going to be trying to ride that train most likely. And again, if we go back to DG Fantasy, you can see the best one is the assist combo, then the point combo, then his R plus A, and all the way down here is a 50-50, his points. This is literally a 50-50, okay? So if you can take this proposition, the best place to take it wouldn't be on PrizePicks. It would actually be Sleeper or Chalkboard or Parlay Play, where they pay you the actual value of the line you're taking. That's a big thing to look at. So don't take it on PrizePicks. Take it over on Sleeper, Chalkboard, with any one of those. Use promo code CRUSH. Get your deposit match. You know the deal. Get your free month of the Discord. I just caught up on all my emails, so some of you are be getting your free trials in the mix. And those of you that are already in the mix, Captain Crush says thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me and giving me a platform and allowing me to do what I love each and every day, which is help you guys be lifted out of poverty. Now, my main play yesterday, speaking of the Discord, was Anthony Davis over 2.5 assists and Jordan Poole over 2.5 turnovers. This crazy SOB 6MZ dropped 200 on it and bang, cash. My esports slip hit. I had a couple slips chalk, but the primary one was AD and Jordan Poole right here. This was my main two-man yesterday. AD was sweat-free and Jordan Poole was sweat-free. A lot of people cashed in on that, which helped a lot of people break even, because like I always tell you guys, Saturday and Sunday is poverty. Here's your boy right here. I made it at 12.29 on 310, 47.40, 11.4, baby. That's Captain Crush. That's lucky 11.4, 142.20, bang, cash it. Now, look at this guy, Waka with the big D-gen. Oh my goodness, 400 to win 12, absolutely insane. But we got a lot of esports guy. Captain Crush throws his hat in the ring for esports. What I do for esports, because I don't know a lick, I look on other websites, Underdog, etc. If I see the line discrepancies, I go back to PrizePicks and I take it. It's really that simple. What I have been getting into a lot of lately is live betting via Underdog and Sleeper. It helps you have interest in games that otherwise would be not interesting at all. So if you are interested in that, I highly recommend it. Underdog and Sleeper, the same code applies. And if you do join my Discord, you get my projection sheets that look like this every single day. Name, fantasy, points, rebounds, assists, turnovers, blocks and steals, whatever have you. It's in the mix for you to decide. But the most important thing I do in this Discord is the live stream. And that will be today at 5 Central. It's Monday through Friday. I don't do live streams on the weekend. Every now and again I do. Same thing with the YouTube on the weekends. But the weekends are usually my day to chill and relax and prepare for the Monday through Friday grind. Except during NFL season, obviously. Now, for those of you that are in my Discord, you have to figure out, people ask all the time, Cap, where's your slips? It's under this tab, Captain Slips tab. That is priority. Now, people always have this issue. Whether you're in Captain's Discord or somebody else's, listen, what I post is what I post. If the lines get bumped, always check me beforehand. If you're going to take a bump or not, I will give you my best advice that I can, but you also have to keep in mind, things are going to bump, dude. This is a hobby that's volatile. It's a stock market. You got to be on top of it. You can't expect me to just keep churning out plays because you didn't get to the play in time because it's bumped, okay? That's just not reality. That's just not how it works. So be vigilant. Be on the lookout. Now, as I was saying with Cade Cunningham, his points are in the mix at 23.5. I think his points might actually drop down to 22.5, which would be crispy. And his R plus A is in the mix. Remember, he's playing Charlotte. They don't play any defense, but the Pistons are poverty. They should be a banned franchise, but Captain Crush is going gonna bang, drop it one more time. I took a shot on Mikal Bridges the other day, over 3.5 assists, and he cashed, even though he's a poverty franchise. Same thing with Jaren Jackson Jr. the other day, was the play of the day, and that cashed. And also, speaking of, I'm gonna try to get back on TikTok Live. I know I said I was gonna do it back in January, but I'm having some issues over there. So when I do those TikTok live streams, most likely they're gonna be the night before, and I'm gonna need y'all's support to help me get the TikTok live streams back in action. All right, so be on the lookout for that. And now I'm gonna discuss two more things that are literally just wagon plays. They've been hitting, they've been crushing, and that is going to be Derek White's first half fantasy or his PRA, and same thing with Jaylen Brown's points. Let me find it. All right, these are the first half de facto wagons. Now, I know I talked about Quickly's first half last video and he sold first half. He came through with the full game, but he sold the first half. Whenever you take NBA first half, it's always a volatile market. It's always going to be insane, and I would be remiss if I didn't tell you guys that. But you have to consider these guys. Jaylen Brown, nut matchup. Derek White, he gets blocks and steals. He's a menace. Nurkic, he's a glass cleaner, and he literally can cover 17 fantasy points in the first half. He usually does, and then he disappears, but it's in the mix. And same thing with Luka's PRA. Listen, Luka doesn't always hit his first half PRAs, and I'm not telling you guys these are free or these are locks and that you should even play them. I'm just saying the board is poverty today. It's a dry board, and you need to consider these guys to go along with your two favorites, whatever your anchors are. Bang, bang, anchor, and then you're going to need darts, because I know you D-gens are going to be putting in 5-mans and 6-mans, so you can consider plays like this as your dart fillers. Maximum 1 to 2 slips max, unless you have a read that you like, okay? Now, the board is poverty, but I will still be doing my live stream at around 5:15 Central today. We will talk about things. I'll drop the value. We'll go over everything like always. There's usually 150 to 160 of the captain soldiers in the mix. I appreciate each and every one of you. As for the YouTube guys, if you want to get in the mix, you go to CaptainCrush.net, which will take you right here. You go down to the gold package. Silver is plays. Gold gives you the Discord. You go down here, buy now, 1 month, $24.99. It's 83 cents a day. What you're getting is me. You're getting access to me, somebody who's in your corner, who's going to help you every step of the way. I don't big league you. I try to help you guys as much as I can. Tough love as well, guys. If you guys are making mistakes that you shouldn't be, I get on your case, because that's the only way people learn, okay? It's all love. You get the live streams, Captain Crush's cheat sheet, the projection sheet, my playlist of plays that you can take. You get access to the Cord community itself, all my role members, my giveaways, and everything else. And I do cover WNBA and MLB and PGA for the summer. We do esports. There's plenty of guys doing esports in there. And on top of all of that, we have a good time. We jip, we jive, we joke around, and we also talk about Bitcoin and other things. We have a wide variety of things to talk about. I hope to see you guys in the mix. We have a ton of new members that have been coming in. Appreciate all of you guys. Like I always say, the ratio for every 20 members that join the Captain's Cord, there's usually one that becomes a contributing member that sticks around and is always going to be helpful and in the mix. So the more members that come in, the more diamonds Captain Crush can mine out of the mix. You feel me? And with that, I will leave it here, because I'm not going to force plays that I don't like. I give you guys all a salute. Thank you for coming to the channel. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, do the Lord's work. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.